Do you want the fan on?
How many of you have ever had someone tell you, I told you so? Or how about, because I told you so? I'm going to guess that most of you, if you've heard it from your parents. I looked up the definition of listen this week, and in most of the dictionaries it said to pay attention, to obey your parents, and it was funny, online I went to dictionary.com, and after it said obey your parents, or obey and pay attention, it said most children don't listen to their parents. So I'm going to tell you why you should listen to your parents. For one reason, your parents have a lot invested in you, and that's why you should listen to them. From the time they conceived you till the time you leave their house, they're going to pay the medical bills it took them to get you here. They're going to pay for your diapers, they've paid for your food, for your clothes, every bicycle you've had, your car. They're going to pay all the way through your college education, or hopefully most parents will. Another reason you should listen to your parents is you can trust your parents. Most parents, they love you, and so they're going to take care of you. When I was younger, I have two sisters, and my mom was leaving us at the house just for 5 or 10 minutes, and she said, whatever you do, don't jump on the bed because you'll crack your head open if you do. So what did we do as soon as my mom left the house? We went upstairs, we got on their big bed, and we started jumping, and I fell, and I cracked my head open on the foot of the bed and got 14 stitches. That was one of the times I heard, I told you so. So you can trust your parents. Another reason you should listen to your parents is because they have experience. They've been where you've been. They've gone through some of the trials. They've been your age before. They know it. Some of the challenges and trials you're going to face. And they know that there are painful things that happen. And so they have experience, and they want to protect you from bad experiences if they can. When I was younger, my parents told me that I needed to finish college before I could get married. But I didn't listen to them, and so I got married, and that's why I'm going through college now at almost 50. But when my daughter was younger, she was in college, and she had been dating a boy for 3 years, and we'd always told our kids, you have to get your college degree before you can get married. And I said to my daughter, I know that it's hard, and you don't have to fix my mistakes. I'm not going to tell you you have to get your college degree if you can't make it that far. But she said, I know, Mom, but that's just good advice. So being in the middle, I have parents I listen to, and then I have kids that listen to me. There's a respect thing. That's another reason you should listen to your parents. Respect goes both ways. Is if you give them respect by listening to them, they'll respect your opinions back. So when I told my daughter, you can't fix my mistakes, she was showing me respect when she said, I know, but it's just good advice. I ran across a quote this week by Bryant McGill. He's an author and a speaker. He wrote The Voice of Reason in 2012, and his quote on respect was, one of the most sincere forms of respect is listening to what another has to say. And I think that's great advice. To be a good listener, it's showing respect. One of the last reasons that I think you should listen to your parents is someday you may have kids yourself. And so you're going to want your kids to listen to you. You should listen to what your parents have to say. I'm in the middle now, and I might have already said that, but I listen to my parents, and if I have problems with my kids, or I'm having a hard time going through stuff with my kids, I'm going to go back and I'm going to ask my parents, how'd you deal with this? So I need to listen to my parents. I have kids, I want them to listen to me. And someday you may have kids, and you're going to want them to listen to you. There is a great scripture in the Bible, too. And I found this in the Message, which doesn't really have the verses broken down, but the beginning and the end of it. It's in Proverbs 23, starts in verse 19, ends in verse 22. It says, "Oh, listen, dear child, become wise. Listen with respect to the father who raised you." I think it's a good idea to listen to your parents, and those are the reason why. 1, they have a lot invested. 2, you can trust them. 3, they have experience. 4, for respect. And 5, because someday you may have one just like you. And I guarantee you, you're going to tell your kids, "I told you so" someday.